Joel Embiid. I think that he's been an MVP throughout the season. I think he's been absolutely sensational.
He just signed for 3 years, $193 million. We're not steel workers. We're not nurses. He needs to get in better shape. I think that's one of the reasons he's hurt all the time.
Honestly, I hate to even say this. I feel like he's going to play 30-something games, be great in those 30-something games, but that's about it. Like, I just don't expect anything anymore from him.
Joel Embiid will never win a championship until he gets his mind and his attitude right.
Joel Embiid is one of the most talented players in the NBA, known for his incredible skills on the court. However, his reputation has taken a hit in recent years. Once celebrated as a dominant force in basketball, Embiid is now often seen as one of the most controversial and disliked players in the league. His journey from being an admired star to a figure of controversy is marked by a series of events that have shaped how fans and critics view him today. Joel Embiid's NBA career has been a steady journey of resilience, dominance, and controversy, while steady ascending to superstardom. Drafted 3rd overall by the Philadelphia 76ers in the 2014 NBA Draft, Embiid missed his first 2 seasons due to foot injuries, casting doubt on his future from the very beginning. He finally made his debut in the 2016-2017 season, and immediately showcased his immense talent, averaging over 20 points per game in just 31 appearances before being sidelined again by a knee injury. Over the next several seasons, Embiid developed into one of the most skilled and dominant big men in the league. From 2017 to 2019, he became a perennial all-star and led the 76ers to multiple playoff appearances, including a memorable 2019 run that ended with Kawhi Leonard's iconic buzzer beater in Game 7 against the Toronto Raptors. Between 2020 and 2022, Embiid established himself as a consistent MVP contender, finishing second in MVP voting in both 2021 and 2022. He led the league in scoring in 2022, becoming the first center since Shaquille O'Neal to do so. In 2023, Joel Embiid won the NBA's Most Valuable Player Award, an honor, of course, given to the best player in the league each season. And while many believe Embiid deserved the award, me included, others felt that the Joker Nikola Jokic was more deserving. He led his team to the top spot in the Western Conference, had better statistics in several key areas, including assists, where he was on track to break the record for a center. Despite Embiid's success, many fans and analysts argued that his MVP was more about narrative and less about on-court performance. This controversy only intensified the scrutiny on Embiid, making his MVP a point of contention rather than a moment of universal celebration. The 2024 NBA season started strong for Embiid. He was averaging over 30 points, 10 rebounds, and around 6 assists per game, showcasing his status as one of the league's top players. However, in January of that season, during a game against the Golden State Warriors, Embiid suffered a severe injury, tearing his meniscus. This injury required surgery and kept him off the court for 8 weeks. Although he returned just before the playoffs, the injury affected his performance. Despite his efforts to lead the 76ers to a deep playoff run, Embiid's injury was a significant setback, adding to the narrative that he struggles to stay healthy when it matters most. Embiid's behavior in the playoffs has always been a source of major criticism. Known for his aggressive style, he often engages in actions that many consider dirty or unsportsmanlike. And this was especially evident during the 2024 playoffs, where his conduct on the court attracted negative attention. In that series against the Knicks, Embiid's actions led to widespread outrage among fans. One notable incident involved Embiid pulling down Knicks player Mitchell Robinson, causing him to re-injure his ankle. The incident, along with several others, reinforced the perception that Embiid was more interested in flopping and foul baiting than playing clean basketball. His behavior led to boos, even in his home arena, a rare and telling sign of his declining popularity. The playoff series against the New York Knicks became a turning point in Embiid's career. Throughout the series, he was involved in multiple controversial plays that fueled his reputation as a dirty player. In Game 3, after being knocked down and not getting a foul call, Embiid targeted Mitchell Robinson, as I said before, leading to a dangerous play that angered Knicks fans. Later in that same series, he stepped on Josh Hart's knee and elbowed Jalen Brunson in the face. These actions solidified his status as a villain in the eyes of many basketball fans, especially the New York fans. The chants came roaring down, FMB. That's a derogatory chant directed directly at Embiid. and it echoed throughout the arena, symbolizing the intensity of their dislike for him. Also in the 2024 playoffs, Embiid struggled with injuries and inconsistent play, but the Philadelphia 76ers found a glimmer of hope in Tyrese Maxey, the young guard who stepped up when the team needed most. Maxey had a breakout performance in the playoffs, averaging around 20 points per game and providing the 76ers with much needed scoring and energy. His ability to hit clutch shots and drive to the basket gave the team a boost, leading some to believe that he could be the key to the 76ers' success. However, Maxey's emergence also highlighted the team's over-reliance on Embiid. And while Maxey's contributions were significant, the Sixers still largely depended on Embiid's performances. Despite Maxey's best efforts, the 76ers were just unable to overcome their challenges, and they were eliminated in the second round of the playoffs. Maxey's rise was a bright spot, but it also served as a reminder that the team's hopes still rested on the big man, who once again failed to deliver when it mattered most. The 2024 playoffs ultimately exposed the 76ers' weakness, including their dependence on Embiid and their lack of a reliable second star. And while Maxey provided some optimism for the future, the team's failure to advance deep in the playoffs showed that they were not yet ready to contend for a championship. For Embiid, the playoffs were another chapter in his career that highlighted his struggles and critical moments, reinforcing the narrative that he has yet to prove himself as a true playoff performer. By the end of the series, Embiid's action had left a lasting impact. Although he did congratulate the Knicks on their victory, the damage was done. His reputation had taken a severe hit, and the once admired star was now seen by many as a player who resorted to dirty tactics when things didn't go his way. The series was a key moment in shaping how the NBA community views Joel Embiid today. For example, in the regular season, Embiid shines as a dominant force, but in the playoffs, he has struggled to deliver when it matters the absolute most, and his playoff statistics tell part of that story. While he averages over 25 points per game in the playoffs, his shooting percentages tend to drop under the intense pressure. Embiid's shooting percentage fell from 54% in the regular season to just 47% in the playoffs. His turnovers also increased, highlighting his struggles against tougher defenses. These struggles have led to criticism that Embiid can't be relied upon in crucial moments, raising questions about his ability to lead the Philadelphia 76ers to an NBA championship. One of the most controversial aspects of Joel Embiid's game is his reliance on drawing fouls to get to the free throw line. And while this is a skill that many players use, Embiid's approach is a little different. He sparked criticism from fans and analysts alike, as he often uses his size and physicality to initiate contact, leading to a high number of free throw attempts. In the 2023-2024 regular season, Embiid averaged nearly 11 free throw attempts per game, making him one of the league's leaders in this category. However, this tactic becomes less effective in the playoffs when the refs tend to allow the players to play more physical. In the 2024 playoffs, Embiid's free throw attempts dropped significantly, affecting his overall scoring. In the regular season, he averages nearly 11 free throw attempts per game. In the playoffs, he averaged just 8 attempts per game, a noticeable decrease that contributed to his lower point totals. His dependence on free throws also drew accusations of flopping, with opponents and fans claiming that he exaggerates contact to earn trips to the line. And when this strategy backfired in the playoffs, as the refs were less likely to call those fouls, it left Embiid to struggle without his usual advantage at the free throw line. In addition to the injuries, in addition to the flopping, Embiid has also been criticized for making excuses when things don't go his way. After playoff losses, he has sometimes blamed external factors, such as the refs or the opposing team's physical play, rather than accepting responsibility. This tendency to deflect blame has not only hurt his reputation, but also raised concerns about his leadership abilities. Fans and analysts alike have pointed out that great players find ways to win, even when facing adversity, and Embiid's struggles to do so have added to the perception that he falls short in critical moments. After the tumultuous 2024 playoffs, the Summer Olympics had arrived, and the way Embiid's injuries derailed the Sixers' playoff push and Paul George signing with the Sixers forming a new Big Three, you'd think he wanted to rest and recover and get ready for the upcoming NBA season. Well, that's not what happened. Oddly enough, Embiid decided to play for Team USA in the Summer Olympics. Joel Embiid made his Olympic debut in the Paris 2024 Olympics, opting to represent Team USA over France and his native Cameroon. a deeply personal decision motivated by family, particularly his son Arthur, who was born in the U.S. As a 7-foot MVP caliber center, Embiid provided the much-needed size and defensive presence Team USA lacked at the 2023 World Cup. However, playing in France came with controversy. French fans vocally booed Embiid throughout the tournament due to his nationality switch, even during the medal ceremony. But Embiid braced the hostility, remaining composed and focused on his role in the team's victory. But from the very beginning, there were already concerns. He arrived separately from the team after falling ill and was clearly not at peak condition, which limited his effectiveness early in the tournament. In fact, Embiid's first game for Team USA came against Serbia on July 28, 2024. He scored just 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting, missed all of his free throw attempts, and grabbed only 2 rebounds to go with 1 block in 11 minutes. Ultimately, Embiid averaged 11 points, 3 rebounds, and about 1 assist per game, while shooting 56% across 5 Olympic Games. I mean, he was okay. He provided size and a presence that was needed. But if you watched the games, you knew that it was clear and obvious that Anthony Davis was the better option for this particular version of Team USA. And despite the relative modest role, Embiid earned a gold medal, becoming the first Philadelphia 76ers player to win Olympic gold for Team USA. Yes, I know several guys have won gold medals, like Charles Barkley, James Harden, and Andre Iguodala, to name a few. But that was either before they joined the Sixers, like in James Harden's case, or after they left the Sixers, like in Charles Barkley's case. Shortly after the games, he was honored by Cameroon's president with the Medal of Commander Order of Valor, acknowledging his international influence and achievements. Then came this past season. The 76ers entered the 2024-25 season with high expectations. After signing Paul George to a 4-year, $212 million deal and pairing him with Joel Embiid and the young and upcoming Tyrese Maxey, forming a presumed championship core. The roster was further boosted by key additions like Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon, Paris Olympic standout Gershon Wabusele, and rookies Jared McCain and Adam Bona. However, the 2024-25 season was one of the toughest of Embiid's career. He wrestled with persistent left knee swelling throughout the season, and despite extensive treatment, which included daily injections and evaluation by specialists, doctors ultimately determined he was medically unable to continue. On February 28, 2025, the 76ers announced that Embiid will be shut down for the remainder of the season to prioritize treatment and rehabilitation. Embiid had successful arthroscopic knee surgery and was expected to be reevaluated in about 6 weeks. He played just 19 games for the 76ers and averaged 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, with a field goal percentage of 44%, well below his usual standard. His effective field goal percentage and true shooting percentages also declined, dropping to around 58%, a significant dip from his typical efficiency levels. Injuries decimated the roster. Maxey got hurt and he missed games due to injuries. Paul George's season ended early due to lower body ailments, resulting in lack of cohesion and availability rendered the 76ers ineffective, with criticism mounting that the team's high-profile all-season gamble had backfired in a major way. Tensions reportedly grew between Embiid and the front office over injury management. Embiid advocated for surgery, while management initially favored rehabilitation. On the leadership front, General Manager Daryl Morey acknowledged the use of AI for decision-making during the season, and that sparked a debate within the league's community. Ultimately, the 2024-25 season marked a sharp decline from previous playoff appearances, ending the Sixers' postseason streak dating back to 2017. At this stage, key concerns revolve around Embiid's long-term durability, the financial ramifications of locking in elite-level salaries for an injured core, and how to maximize the growth of young contributors like Maxey, McCain, Bona, Grimes, and newly drafted player VJ Edgecombe and Johnny Broome. The development of their rookies along with their core guys could shape whether this upcoming season is seen as a lost year or the turning point toward a retool. The 76ers' ambitious overhaul fizzled under the weight of injuries and misalignment. Last season was a sobering reminder that depth, health, and chemistry still determines how far a team can go. And that starts with the star power. Off the court, Embiid has expressed a growing concern that his NBA career may be nearing its final chapters due to chronic injuries. Literally just a few days ago, he shared that he's been dealing with emotional and physical fatigue from constant treatments and setbacks, and acknowledged that he, quote, can't do another minute in extreme circumstances. Still, there's optimism surrounding his recovery. As of mid-July, reports indicated that he's on track to return for the 2025 training camp, signaling a potential stronger start to next season. Joel Embiid's career has been marked by remarkable achievements and equally notable controversies. Known for his dominant play, he has also earned a reputation for flopping and drawing fouls. Embiid's style of play has been polarizing. While he's a scoring machine and a top defensive player when he's healthy, his tendency to exaggerate contact and argue with referees has drawn major criticism. Throughout his career, Embiid has faced challenges with injuries and inconsistency. Despite winning the MVP award in 2023, he has struggled to share the label of being a playoff choker. His performance in the 2024 playoffs further fueled this perception, as he failed to lead his team past the second round despite individual success during the regular season. Embiid's high-profile playoff failures combined with his frequent on-court antics have contributed to a perception that he is one of the most misunderstood players in the league. Fans and analysts debate whether he's an elite talent who needs better support or a player who consistently falls short when it matters most. The process was meant to be a blueprint for building a championship contender in Philadelphia. It promised a future where the Sixers would rise from a period of deliberate losing to becoming an elite team centered around Joel Embiid. However, years of rebuilding and high expectations have not yet resulted in an NBA championship. It's not even resulted to a conference finals. The process has yet to deliver the championship that Philadelphia fans eagerly await, making the future uncertain for both Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Let me know in the comment section how far you think the Sixers will go this year. Will Joel Embiid stay healthy? Do they have a shot to make the conference finals? Can they make the finals? Can Paul George stay healthy? Can everything gel together? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.